Do you have a daily practice of some kind of a ritual of sorts to have a moment where you are 100% mindful of the moment, just one moment every single day? If you are like me and you've been struggling to try to figure out some way of doing a daily practice, if you know that a daily practice would be good for you but you just haven't been able to do it, I challenge you to write. Hello everyone and welcome to the Hippy Nurse. My name is Phyllis and I'm the Hippy Nurse. So it's mid-January right now. How are your New Year's resolutions going? Did you make resolutions? I'm not big on New Year's resolutions myself. I never make them, and when I do, I never stay on track with them. Instead, I make resolutions as I think of things, and I have my own ways of trying to keep track of my resolutions as I go, rather than waiting for some arbitrary date sometime in the future to start. And as of January 16th, when I upload this video, I will be 48 days into my daily morning practice routine, consistently every day. That's an amazing record for me. I've been trying to implement a daily practice for years, and meditation, of course, is the go-to daily practice most people try to implement when they try to implement some form of a daily practice. Yoga is another. A daily practice could be as simple as taking a moment to fully become present as you brush your teeth in the morning, fully aware of doing every action you do with intent. Something just to allow yourself to exist in the present moment. No worry about the future, no concern over the past, just be here now, as one of my favorite teachers, Ram Dass, used to say. I think one of the main reasons I haven't been able to do a daily practice for the most part until recently is because of my perfectionism. I've got to do 5 minutes of breathing exercise, followed by 20 minutes of yoga or some kind of a movement, and then at least 10 minutes of sitting still and meditating with a blank mind. If I don't do that every morning, it doesn't count. Yes, it counts. Every little bit counts, and every little bit does us some good. What am I even talking about when I talk about a daily practice? I consider a daily practice to be a much wider definition than I used to think. I used to think I have to do the same thing at the same time every single day consistently in order for it to count as a daily practice. Either a set routine, such as the breathing exercises, yoga, followed by mindfulness meditation, or some form of a specific item that you do consistently. But one way I've been able to break into doing a daily practice and actually doing it consistently for 48 days now is by widening what my view of it is. According to Psychology Today, a daily practice is the formal way that you pay daily attention to something that's important to you. You can have more than one daily practice if several things are important to you, say writing your novel, maintaining your recovery from alcohol addiction, and practicing yoga. It is a time carved out from the day where you pay real attention. It has a beginning, it has an end, and it is characterized by certain specific elements of practice. Psychology Today's definition of a daily practice: paying daily attention to something that's important to you. I like that. My thoughts on a daily practice is that it is any activity that helps you anchor into the present moment, something that really helps you bring present moment awareness. A coach I consulted last fall helped me widen my view of what a daily practice is. She convinced me that while ritualistic qualities are an awesome way for some people to anchor into a daily practice, such as setting aside the exact same time every day so that you can maintain that consistency, some people, such as myself, balk at that. There's some part of me that has a block that rebels against any type of consistency that I try to implement like that. So some of us do a whole lot better by giving ourselves the leeway to make it unique and new every single day. Her and I brainstormed, and I came up with the daily menu of practices for myself. The daily practice diner is open 24/7 with a full menu. I can choose to read, I can choose to journal, I can choose to go for a walk. I can decide I'm going to color or sing or dance. I can watch a guided meditation video, or I can sit in silent meditation. I can do some breathing exercises or some yoga. I can do these things when I first wake up in the morning or right before bed, or in a break in the day, sometime after lunch perhaps. The possibilities are wide open. I designed and printed my menu and taped it to my bathroom mirror to remind me every single day to do one thing that brings me to the present moment. I also gave myself the grace to not do it. I discovered that I was doing some form of daily practice more days than not when I didn't require it of myself. I also discovered that I was more consistent with it if I did it first on awakening in the morning rather than trying to fit it in throughout my day. And I discovered that most of the time my body loves stretching when I first wake up in the morning. And so I have done that consistently as an in-bed practice every morning when I first wake up for the last 48 days. I've committed to myself to do at least 5 minutes of something mindful every morning when I wake up. Most of the time I wake up and I sit up and then I stretch. These move naturally into some seated spinal yoga warm-ups, such as spinal twists and flexes and neck rolls, along with some breathing practices. And 5 minutes of just doing that is enough to count as my daily practice. But I've also found that most of the time my body wants more. And so I add some Kundalini, Fists of Fury, or what my yoga teacher calls Radiance Charger, which can also be called Ego Buster in the Kundalini world. Sometimes I find myself doing a full hour of yoga just because it feels good. And there are some mornings I really don't want to do any of that. So I give myself the grace to just sit up in bed and think about how I don't want to be doing a practice. And that's my practice. And that's good enough, and it counts because I am sitting up in bed and I am doing something that brings me into the present moment awareness. Even if it's something like, I really don't want to be doing this right now. The point is that your practice doesn't have to be the same routine every single day, and it can be if you find that that one thing works for you, that you enjoy it. Do you have a daily practice of some kind of a ritual of sorts to have a moment where you are 100% mindful of the moment, just one moment every single day? I want to challenge you. I bet you weren't expecting homework on a YouTube video, were you? But if you have a daily practice, let me know down in the comments down below what that is. And if you are like me and you've been struggling to try to figure out some way of doing a daily practice, if you know that a daily practice would be good for you, but you just haven't been able to do it, I challenge you to write out your own daily menu of a daily practice, giving yourself multiple options to do whenever the mood strikes you, and then put it someplace prominent where you see it multiple times in the day. For me, that's my bathroom. Could be your kitchen. Could be like on your microwave someplace. And it could have things on it such as do the dishes mindfully, brush my teeth mindfully, staying aware of the present moment as you do some activity that you do every single day. And it can have reading and journaling and all of the other things that I mentioned earlier in the video that I put on my menu. And then see if you can pick out just one thing on that menu every single day to do. This daily menu can be on a handwritten piece of paper, and fill it with things that nourish your soul, such as meditation and yoga, and things like painting and drawing and singing and dancing, walking, reading, journaling, all of the good things. Cooking mindfully, cleaning mindfully, eating mindfully. Things you do every day anyway, but adding an element of doing them with mindfulness. Bringing mindfulness into our daily lives, helping ourselves to develop some form of daily practice, learning to become more aware of our bodies and what they are trying to tell us. These are the things that I teach in my upcoming course that I plan to open up in March. So if you want in on that, shoot me an email to be put on my email list, because those on my email list will be the first to hear when I open up signups for my course. And I have limited spots available. I'm limiting it to 15 people. So you definitely want to be notified when it first opens up. You can find out all about what this course is about by watching my video from a few weeks ago, which I will link up in the corner right up here. And if you like this video, help a girl out and hit that little thumbs up right underneath here. And if you're not already subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe if you like this sort of video. And hitting that bell notification will have YouTube hopefully notify you when I do upload more videos in the future. All right, and all that being said, I love you guys so very much. I'm so grateful for every one of you that gives me the thumbs up or even just watches through the video. So I love you guys. Take care. Have an awesome day, an amazing week, and a bright new year. And I'll see you in my next video. Namaste. So some of us do,